Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Will's Vlog Zone here today. In today's video, we're going to be building a literal TV in Minecraft, just like the one behind me, or exactly, you don't know. We're on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to like and subscribe on today's video to get us closer to that goal. Now, let's get right into today's video. Be whoop! Alright guys, next step is to essentially put the redstone behind it required to hook up signals to the pixels themselves. So to do this, all you need is some really simple blocks. You need basically just these three. And I'll show you how to build one real quick, and then we'll build the rest of them. So you place 2 wool here, or I like to use wool, but you can use any block realistically. Place 2 more there. Come over here, place that right there, 2 repeaters. You're going to need a little bit of redstone now. Get your redstone out, place it there. Get another filler block. I like to use wool, place it there. Then place that right there and that right there. And then just place a redstone right there. Now when you send signals, they go into the redstone here, and that powers the pixel up front. Now let's fill in the rest of the pixels right now. Alright guys, as you can see, we now have all of the inputs for every individual pixel on the screen. Next is the third step for building this TV. Now, this step, basically, you have to space apart the signals going into the pixels of the TV. What I mean by that is basically have the signal run downward to like here. Because in order for this TV to work, we're going to be wanting it to play a simple animation. An animation that you could change if you know how to change it. In order to do that, you gotta put the pixels for each individual frame that you want to be shown through an encoder. In order to fit the encoder onto the spot where the inputs are put, then you need to space the inputs apart like this, and then just stretch out a line like that. So, let's get started. Let's demolish this little grassy hill right here, and let's start building the extensions. Let's go. Alright guys, we finally have our redstone signal spreader right here, and now we have the beginning of what's going to be the redstone encoder. Now, if you guys don't know what a redstone encoder is, basically it just allows for one solid signal to go through, and then it breaks it up into different outcomes. So essentially, this right here, if it lights up here, then it will only light up this one. If it lights through here, then it'll light up 2 of them. That is basically how this TV is going to work. It's going to be frame by frame, and we're probably going to have 10 to 20 frames, which will be running about 3 to 5 frames per second for a cool, quick animation. And we might even put a color filter on the end for it to look even nicer later on, with a little facade around the side. Now, let's get started on the rest of the encoder. Let's go. Alright guys, we now finally have the encoder finished. I don't know if this looks impressive to you guys. To me it looks a little impressive, but it's basically just a redstone encoder down to making frame by frame. But now that we have basically the main functionality of this TV finished, what we're going to do is add a little bit to it. We're going to add a little bit of cosmetics here. We're going to have one button here that's going to turn it on, and then another button that's going to put it like in an infinite loop, and then a third button that'll basically just reset the whole thing and turn it off. And I don't know if you guys know, but you guys know the style of like 1980s TVs, you know, the clicky buttons and the antennas that go out the top? That's pretty much what we're going to make this thing look like. Round around, some antennas on top, and some nice buttons right here on the side, and let's get it done. Let's do the final thing, the cosmetics. Let's go. Alright guys, we finally have the TV fully complete. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. We have the entire exterior, or at least a facade in the front. We have all the wiring that goes in the back. We even have the wiring to all the buttons in the front. And I really like it. We even have we have the buttons here. We have like the little brown here. We even have pretend vents going out the side of the TV for heat distribution, and who could forget the classic antennas of 1980s TV or television? But now, this is basically what it is. This right here turns it on and it plays the animation once. This button right here, it plays the animation in a forever loop. So it loops the animation forever. And then this button just turns off everything. It's basically the power button for the TV itself. On, off, and then forever on, if that makes any sense. But now, in order to give it the best light, we're going to do time set midnight. And let's see it in action. You guys ready? Give it a second. Well, clearly the button isn't working. That top... Oh, I know why. Okay, so that's the off button, that's the on button. I was trying to click the off button to make it go on. No, this is the button you click. Wow. See, and then it just clears out the whole animation afterwards. As you can see, it just does like an angle motion going from one corner to the other. And I'm pretty sure if I do this one in the middle, it should do the whole thing in a loop. You have a second? Okay, well, it's not doing it in a loop, but you can see what I'm trying to go after. This looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It's a whole TV, but with an animation being able to be played, which I think is pretty cool. Again, if you guys liked today's video, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on notification bell for all future uploads, but most importantly, have a good day. Bye!